Hello guys. Today is a very different video from the ones that I posted before because I just found out like a month ago, not a month ago, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago that I'm pregnant. So I wanted to like update with my symptoms, things that happened to me, and like my channel is mostly about self-growth and self-care. So it's gonna be different from it, but it's gonna be kinda around the same because pregnant women also need self-growth and self-care. So I hope you guys find this um, interesting to watch, and if not, I'm still gonna be uploading my other videos as usual, but I wanted to make this video to like help other pregnant women out there. So first I want to tell the story of how I know I was pregnant and the things that scare me and basically all the process first. And I'm gonna be making updates. So this update is from basically 0 weeks to 6 weeks. Next update is gonna be 7 weeks to 9. So it's gonna be every 3 weeks. And this one, so first the story, right? How I knew I was pregnant. First of all, I've tried for like I didn't try, but I never protected myself for like 3 years that I was with my partner, and all my tests were negative always. So I was not really concerned about getting pregnant. I was more concerned about having like an like ovary problems or reproductive problems. And so this time I usually do my tests every pregnancy tests, like if I'm 5 days late on my period. And since my last period before I know I was pregnant, it was 10 days late. And then I did a pregnancy test and it was a little faint, but that one was negative. And all my past pregnancy tests had like a little faint line because some of them don't really work that good, especially if they're like blue dye. And so that period passed and I was like, damn, I was late 10 days, but now I got my period, and I did. And then on the next one, that is when I found out I was pregnant, I tested like 10 days and I saw a faint line, and I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about it because all my past tests have been as well negative, and I've seen a faint line. But this time it was a pink dye test, and I know most of the pink dyes are more accurate. So I was like, but I didn't really worry about it. I was like, I'm just gonna do it again like a week from now. Maybe my period is super late this time. And then it was 16 days late, and I was like, just in case, I just had one pregnancy test left, and I tried it, and it was instantly positive. Sorry. And I could not believe it. Like, I started crying, and then I texted my sister first thing. She didn't believe me because I always joke with them that I'm pregnant, and I never was. And then I couldn't stop crying because I was like scared, excited, and like I didn't know how to act. And then I told my boyfriend, and he was like, "You're lying," but then he sighed, and he just hugged me like he had watery eyes too. And so that's how we knew, and then we told our families. They were pretty excited. And then my boyfriend's mom, she was like, before you tell everyone, if I was you, I would probably like get an ultrasound, go with a doctor, like confirm everything just to protect like my privacy, and like in case something happens, like I know first, and like I don't get too excited and telling everybody else. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I started to get so nervous. I was like, what if I lose the baby? Because I was having, and this is like one of the symptoms that I'm gonna move forward now, like telling you all the symptoms I had and the story. So I was having really, really bad cramps, super bad cramps. And this was like a week after I knew I was pregnant. My app told me I was 6 weeks, but later on I found that I was only 5. And then I Googled if it was bad to have cramps. Like 6 weeks that I thought it was 6 weeks. And all of the things that I had led me to miscarriage. And like that I was gonna miscarriage. That's what Google was telling me. And then I started to like freak out because the cramps were so bad. And then I was like, okay, so I'm cramping, but it says here that you have to be bleeding if you're gonna miscarry. And I was like, so I'm okay. And then like a week passed, so it wasn't the 5 weeks, now 6 weeks actually. And I started bleeding, and I was like, okay, it's okay. It was spotting, like pink. And I was like, this is okay as long as it's not bright red, right? Because that's what Google was telling me. And then it was bright red. And I'm gonna kind of blurry a picture here because I don't know if YouTube censors, or I don't know the rules, but I'm gonna put like a blurry picture here. But it was like bright red. And I started freaking out, and I was crying, and I was like, I'm gonna lose this baby. I'm gonna lose it. So, and then I was watching like miscarriage. I was watching miscarriage videos, and like my mind was like just thinking negative. And I feel so sad for like people that actually try to have babies, and with all those videos were making me cry. But I know like what I was happy that all those videos that I watched, the girls that kept trying, like they actually got their babies, and everything worked out for them. But I was so scared that I was going to miscarry because I was having the same symptoms and everything these girls were. So like I was saying, I was having all the symptoms and I freaked out, and so I went to the ER because I thought I was gonna lose this baby. And they did the pelvic ultrasound, and the lady was like, if this one doesn't work, we're gonna do the vaginal ultrasound. And then she was doing the pelvic one, and I couldn't see the screen for some reason. She didn't let me see, and I was more worried. And then she said, we're gonna have to do the vaginal one. And I said, why is it not visible? And she was like, just to take better pictures. And so she started doing it, and I thought it was gonna be horrible, but it was really easy and simple. And then she didn't tell me anything. She just told me, it seems like they're gonna give you a room. And I was like, shit, I'm losing it. And so I messaged my boyfriend. I said, they're gonna take the baby out. They're giving me a room. I'm gonna be here. And it was like a day before Christmas Eve. So I was like, I'm gonna spend Christmas here. That's it. And he was like, he wanted to cry too, and I was crying. And then the doctor came, and he said the baby was okay, thankfully. He was 6 weeks, not 7 like I thought I was already, because the app told me I was 6 when I was 5. And he had a good heartbeat, he said. And then they never let me see the screen, but then they told me if I wanted to see the results to go to an app. And so I went to the app, and then I got to see the ultrasound results for the 6 weeks, and I'm gonna put them here. And as you can see, it's really small and so cute. It looks like a little alien. And I have my next ultrasound for January 18th, a day before my birthday, but I might change it for something earlier. Because actually tomorrow I'm gonna be 2 months, so 8 weeks. And I'll update you when I'm 9 weeks. But that was a relief. That's one of, moving to the symptoms, one of the symptoms is anxiety, getting super anxious. For me, like I was anxious, and like I was worrying about every little single thing, and no one told me about that I was gonna be feeling like this. And this did not go away until I got my first ultrasound, and I am still worried now, way less, but more worried that on the next ultrasound something's gonna be wrong. I don't know why I'm thinking like that, but hopefully everything is good. And another symptom, obviously, that I was having up to 6 weeks This is symptoms up until 6 weeks. I'm not gonna say from 7 to 8. I'm gonna do those on another video. Um, was a bad cramping, spotting. Even until now, I keep spotting now and then. Um, so spotting. What else? Really thirsty, guys. I would mostly during the 6 weeks. I would drink. This is 2 liters. I would drink like 2 of this a day. So 4 liters. And now I slow down a little bit, so I'm drinking 1 of this a day. So that, and then I was nauseous. I wasn't during the whole 6 weeks, not at all. Different from now, but yeah, not nauseous at all. I had some back pain because of the cramps, and that was freaking me out as well. My boobs, they were so sore. I felt like someone punched them, or someone was gonna cut them off, or someone ran over them. That's how bad they felt. Food cravings, kinda. I was eating more than normal. I did gain during those 6 weeks. I gained 4 pounds, which is crazy because I'm still like there. I haven't gained any more than that after after 2 more weeks. So that's, I guess, good. But I don't want to gain more than that, and I want to make it until like 20 weeks or so. So that, and then other symptoms also were like I was super gassy. Like I was farting 24/7, like all the time. I also started drinking more water and peeing way more than I would usually do. As well, I had a little insomnia for like 2 days. I couldn't sleep good, but at the same time I wanted to take so many naps and I was tired, so it was kind of confusing, and a little depressed because I didn't you start overthinking everything, but thankfully it's getting better. And yeah, I think those were all the symptoms I had for up until 6 weeks. An advice that I would give you is don't worry too much. Don't listen to everything. Every pregnancy is different. You are gonna have a different outcome than any other girl. Just try to be as positive as you can. Anything happens for a reason. If it doesn't happen, it'll happen later. Also, make sure you schedule your first prenatal care, like your appointments, and also take your prenatal vitamins. I take these gummies, but I don't know if I'll change them or not. Yeah, and that was basically all. I hope all of you have healthy pregnancies, or if you know someone that is pregnant, try helping them with information, and I hope this helped someone out there. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please watch, subscribe, like, and comment, and share. See ya. Bye.